What's going on, guys? So today we're taking the ram out and we're going to actually be installing a mid-muffler delete pipe from B2 Fabrication on this. So basically it's going to be a mid-muffler delete, but instead of having a muffler man or any exhaust shop put their own mid pipe in there, B2 Fabrication, I'll leave a link in the description below on where you guys can get one of these. B2 Fabrication makes a really nice, good quality mid pipe for these new 2019 Ram 1500s with the 5.7 liter Hemi. So basically today what we're going to do is we're going to straight pipe the ram. We're going to cut out that mid muffler. I'll show you guys how big it is and how restrictive it is here in just a second. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to cut that mid muffler out and install a B2 Fabrication mid pipe. And like I said, it's really nice quality. I'll show you guys here in just a second, but I wanted to give you guys a walk around of the truck first and let you hear just how quiet it is bone stock with the stock exhaust. I mean, I've got the camera right next to the exhaust, the truck is running, and you can barely hear it. So I'll run it by just one more time without me talking so you guys can hear how it sounds at idle with the stock exhaust. Alright guys, so I'm going to give you a cold start with the stock exhaust. So let's go ahead and do that now. As you guys could hear in the video, you probably couldn't even hear it. It's that quiet at idle. When you get on the gas, the truck does get a little bit louder with the stock exhaust. And I'll show you guys that here in just a second. I'll put the GoPro on the tailgate and do some 0 to 60 pulls for you with the stock exhaust so you guys can hear what it sounds like bone stock before we put the straight pipe on here. So let's hop in the truck. We're gonna go get some gas and then head down to my buddy's shop to install this. He's got a lift, and we're gonna put the truck up on the lift and cut that mid muffler out of there and then bolt up the new B2 Fabrication straight pipe. And like I said, it's a bolt-on application, no welding needed. Just gotta cut that mid muffler out of there and then everything else is bolt-on from there. And I'll show you guys how good of quality this is once we get to the shop. So let's hop in the Ram, go get some gas, and I'll see you guys at the shop. Alright guys, so we're on our way to my buddy's shop to do the exhaust install, and I wanted to get you guys some in the cab sound clips of the stock exhaust before we chop this mid muffler off there. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit it for you guys so you guys can hear what it sounds like. So as you can see, we're at like a 55 roll. I'm gonna hit it. And I don't know if you guys can pick up the sound in the video, but hopefully you can. I won't know until I go to edit it, but basically that is how it sounds like here in the cab with the stock exhaust. So we're gonna head to my buddy's shop, get this thing up on the lift and get this stock muffler off of here and get that B2 Fabrication mid pipe installed. And today we're going to install the straight pipe, so it's going to be the loudest one that he makes. He makes 3 different ones. He makes a mild, a wild, and a like an in-between. So I will go over the different exhausts that he does make here in a separate video, so you guys can compare. I'm going to do a comparison video between all three of them, so you guys can decide which one you guys want to get for your 2019 Ram 1500 with the Hemi. Alright guys, so we got the truck up on the hoist here, and as you can see, here's the big mid muffler that we're going to cut out. So basically it unbolts here from this flange, and then we're going to cut right here 1.25 inches from the muffler, so right about here we're going to cut this off, and the whole muffler will come out, and then we'll put the straight pipe in there. So let's go ahead and do that now. So as you guys can see, it comes out here from the headers through the cats into a 2-into-1. You have some sort of resonator here, and then straight pipe, and then the big old muffler. This is what makes it quiet and probably more fuel efficient, but we're gonna get rid of that big muffler today. As you can see here, it goes back into 1 and then into 2 for the dual exhaust on the Ram. So we're gonna go ahead and start removing this muffler right now and get the straight pipe installed up in here. So here's the straight pipe we're going to be installing on the Ram today. It's made by B2 Fabrication, and I just want to point out some things. Look how clean his welds are for his mounting brackets here, and the bend is real nice, good quality. His welds are nice. So this guy's local to me. I'm going to leave a link in the description below on where you guys can order one of these if you want. I'll put his website, also his Instagram, so you guys can follow him. But yeah, he makes these out of his shop. He has his own personal shop, and he makes these from scratch. Alright guys, so we're getting ready to cut this mid muffler out of here. I suggest cutting it first back here before you undo the flange up front. That way it's not wobbling around when you are applying pressure to cut the muffler off. So we're going to go ahead and cut that off now. So like I mentioned before, you want to be 1.25 inches away from the muffler. So basically just measure out 1.25 inches, draw a line, and cut it off. Alright, so now that you got it cut, we're going to go ahead and use a 16mm socket and bust these 2 bolts off here at the flange, and then this whole muffler piece will come out. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. Sorry. Alright guys, so for this first hanger here, for the front one, you want to go ahead and pry it off away from the truck here off the top, and then you'll be able to take the rubber piece off on the ground. It'll be a lot easier to get it over this here. So we're going to go ahead and pry it off the truck first, and then remove this ground, and then we'll reinstall that here in just a few. So just like that. And then now this is ready to come off. Now on the back here, you've got 2 hangers. You've got this one here and this one here. So you want to go ahead and pry it with a pry bar off the rubber here, and then on both sides, and then make sure you have 2 hands holding the muffler, and it'll come right off. Alright guys, so here's a comparison of the stock muffler here with the B2 Fabrication straight pipe. So as you can see, this thing is very restrictive and very heavy. This is a lot lighter, and this is going to be a lot louder, guys, so stay tuned for the startup. But I just wanted to go ahead and compare and show you guys the difference between the stock mid muffler and the straight pipe from B2 Fabrications. You also want to take your ground wire off that was right here and go ahead and install it onto the new straight pipe, and along with your rubber hangers here. So now that that's done, we're gonna go ahead and put the new straight pipe up into the ram here. So today we are going to be reusing the gasket. I don't recommend reusing the gasket, but I recommend going to your local Dodge dealer and just ordering one up. But right now I don't have a new one, so we're gonna go ahead and reuse it. According to the manufacturer for this exhaust, he said that he's reused his exhaust gaskets. Since it's a metal gasket, it's not a big deal that we reused it, but we're gonna reuse it today. I do recommend going to get a brand new one though. If I had a brand new one here, I obviously would use it, but I don't, and I wanna finish up this install, so we're gonna go ahead and use this one. If we have some sort of exhaust leak, I'll have to take it back down and put a new gasket on there. So he actually supplies you with a new clamp for this, and also new bolts and washers, nuts, bolts, and washers for the flange side for over here. So he supplies those when you order this mid-pipe. Alright guys, so we found it easier to take the hangers off of the truck first and then apply them to the new straight pipe, because these are longer than the factory ones, so it's easier to take these off the truck first and then put them on here, and then we'll go ahead and hang them up here just like this side. As you guys can see here, we got the hanger in place on both sides. Now we're gonna go ahead and tighten this clamp down, along with putting the flange bolts in here, and we'll be all set. Just so you guys know, the flange bolts for this are 16 millimeter. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and tighten this clamp up first before we tighten down the flange bolts. And this is a 15 millimeter nut on this clamp here. So we're gonna go ahead and tighten that down now. Just like that. All set. Ready to start up now. Alright guys, so now that the exhaust is all tightened up, we're gonna go ahead and remote start it up on the hoist to get you guys a better sound at it, basically at eye level. So let's go ahead and do that now. She sounds good. All right. I'm gonna go out and stick the GoPro to the tailgate again and do a 0 to 60 and just some driving around, get some exhaust clips for you guys so you guys can hear the difference between stock and with the straight pipe. Alright guys, so that's going to complete today's install video on installing the B2 Fabrication straight pipe on this 2019 Ram 1500. If you liked the video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you smash that subscribe button, and I look forward to seeing you guys next video. Peace!